May I request Dr. Bimal Patel, President of the University, to deliver the welcome address.
Friends, we are gathered this morning for the 16th Convocation of CEPT University. We were all hoping that we could do this in person. Unfortunately, that was not to be. We have to do this online. Today, the university will confer degrees on students who have completed their program of study during the academic session 2020-2021. It will also confer awards won during that period. On this occasion, I'm very happy to welcome our chief guest, Professor Madhav Khosla, who is an Associate Professor of Law at Columbia University. Professor Khosla is a very distinguished person. He grew up in Delhi. He went to school there. After completing his schooling, he pursued a 5-year BA LLB at the National Law School in Bangalore, which he completed in 2008. This was followed by a year as a research assistant with the Commission on Centre-State Relations, Government of India. In 2010, he went to study at Yale University and received his LLM from the Yale Law School. While at Yale, Professor Khosla developed a keen interest in constitutional law and in the Indian Constitution. He attributes the development of this interest to the excellent teachers he studied under at Yale University. The following year, Professor Khosla returned to India and spent a year at the Center for Policy Research in New Delhi. During this year, he published his first book titled The Indian Constitution. It was part of the Oxford India Short Introduction series and has since been cited in several court rulings. I read this book in 2012 when it was first published. I found it to be most useful introduction to the subject and recommended it for courses at CEPT University. Little did I know that Professor Khosla, whose impressive book I was recommending to master's students at CEPT University, was himself 27 years of age when he wrote it. After his year at the Center for Policy Research, Professor Khosla spent several years at Harvard University pursuing a PhD in political theory. During this period, he published an anthology of letters written by Nehru to India's chief ministers and co-edited 2 books, Unstable Constitutionalism, Law and Politics in South Asia, and the Oxford Handbook of the Indian Constitution. Professor Khosla received his doctorate in 2017. His dissertation was awarded the Edward M. Chase Prize for the best dissertation on a subject relating to the promotion of world peace. He was also selected to the Harvard Society of Fellows. This was an exceptionally rare honor. Let me just explain what this is. The Harvard Society of Fellows is a group of scholars selected at the beginning of their careers by Harvard University for their potential to advance academic wisdom. They are bestowed with distinctive opportunities to foster their individual and intellectual growth. Fellows are appointed by senior fellows based upon previous academic accomplishments and receive generous financial support for 3 years while they conduct independent research at Harvard University in any discipline. They are not required to meet any formal degree requirements or graded in any way. The only stipulation is that they maintain primary residence at Cambridge, Massachusetts for the duration of their fellowship and that they attend a formal dinner with other fellows every Monday. Membership in the society is for life. Professor Khosla spent 2 years at Harvard with his fellowship. During this period, he co-edited a book titled Regulation in India, Design Capacity and Performance. He then returned to India. Between 2020 and 21, he was the Ambedkar Visiting Associate Professor of Law at Columbia University and an associate professor of political science at Ashoka University. During this period, he published a wonderful book, India's Founding Moment, The Constitution of a Most Surprising Democracy. This book has very recently won the Order of the Coif Book Award. Professor Khosla has only recently taken up a full-time job at Columbia University. In fact, he went there, I believe, 2 or 3 Mondays ago, and he's joining us from New York. Professor Khosla's remarkable and prodigious career focused on the Indian Constitution has been fueled by a very strong belief that the Constitution is much too important to be left to lawyers alone. It fundamentally affects every dimension of our lives, and we should all, as citizens under that Constitution, take a keen interest in it. We should know it, we should celebrate it, and we should worry about it. Towards this end, Professor Khosla has striven through his books and scholarship to bring the Constitution alive to us and to make it accessible to all of us. Professor Khosla, we are extremely honored to have you as the chief guest ever at our convocation. Thank you very much for agreeing to be part of this. It is also my pleasure to welcome our chairman, Shri Sanjay Lalbhai. As many of you already know, he is a well-known and highly respected business leader. As chairman and managing director of Arvind Mills, Sanjay Bhai led Arvind in its quest to be one of the largest manufacturers of woven textiles in India and one of the largest denim fabric manufacturers in the world. Sanjay Bhai is also the present-day torchbearer of a remarkable tradition of enlightened and far-sighted civic leadership in Ahmedabad, which is over a century old. Long before corporate social responsibility became mandatory, it is this tradition of civic-minded business leaders supporting noble, strategic, and far-reaching causes that has allowed Ahmedabad to play a far bigger role in the life of our nation than Ahmedabad's size or economy warrant. Sanjay Bhai is deeply interested and involved in higher level education and research. He is the president of Ahmedabad Education Society and is involved in many other institutions such as Ahmedabad University, Ahmedabad Textile Research Association, and the Physical Research Laboratory. Sanjay Bhai, we are thankful for the keen interest you take in the development of CEPT University and are privileged to have you present at this convocation. I am also very happy to welcome the other members of the governing body, members of the Board of Management, provost, deans, faculty members, alumni, and students of CEPT University. And last but not the least, I especially welcome all the parents of our students, particularly the parents and guests of the students who are graduating and winning awards today. It is indeed a special occasion. Today we honor the achievements of our students, and all of us at CEPT University are very happy that you are with us to share in our joy and pride. Now, as is customary on this occasion, let me tell you something about CEPT's activities in the past 1 year. In the last 2 years, the world has undergone a tremendous disruption because of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the last 1 year, we have witnessed a second wave, and we are in the midst of a third wave of infections. Over this time, many have lost their loved ones, suffered loss of employment and income, and faced many associated challenges. Schools and universities have also faced their share of challenges. It has not been easy, and yet, together, we have overcome many of the challenges. We have continued to operate and deliver on our mission of teaching and research to the best of our ability. We have attempted to keep the university accessible and open as much as we could within the ambit of regulations. We have supported those who face greatest difficulties through additional financial support. All the while, we have tried to retain the high quality of teaching and learning that CEPT is known for. Everyone at the university has continued to work hard to help the university function smoothly. I'd like to commend the tremendous effort put in by our students, faculty members, and staff that have enabled us to tackle the challenges in these difficult times. I hope that one day very soon we will once again see the campus completely filled with students and completely alive. Now I'd like to list a few of the notable events of the past year. First, about the people at CEPT. CEPT is blessed to have a pool of highly motivated and committed teachers and staff members. I'd like to mention a few who, after many years with CEPT, have transitioned to other roles during the previous year. Ms. Tejaswini Joshi, our librarian, retired from her role after being with CEPT for almost 40 years. She has been a pillar of support to many students, faculty members, and some past students who are now faculty members. So, congratulations on such a wonderful innings. Thank you very much, Tejaswini Ben. Mr. Rimpal Shah, Deputy Librarian, who has been with us for 18 years, has also moved on to a different organization. Professor Reshma Shah has stepped down from her role as a faculty member at Faculty of Technology to join the Center for Infrastructure at the CEPT Research Development Foundation. She has been with the Faculty of Technology for over 20 years, and she will be instrumental in augmenting the work at CRDF. In the accounts team, Mr. Mahesh Panchal, Deputy CFO, retired after over 37 years with CEPT, and Ms. Himani Shah has stepped down after 11 years with CEPT. CEPT is deeply thankful to all these people for the contribution that they have made towards building our university. Thank you, all of you. Second, about scholarships. It has been our aim to ensure that no student is denied opportunity to study at CEPT for want of financial resources. In response to the ongoing COVID pandemic, CEPT has continued the Emergency Scholarship Fund in addition to its regular merit and means scholarship. I am glad to report that overall CEPT has spent approximately 7.12 crores, or roughly 13% of its total fee income, towards scholarships, assistantships, which have benefited 745 students in total. That's out of a total of approximately 2,000 students. It is heartening to note that no student has had to discontinue their education due to financial impact of COVID. The CEPT Mentorship Program. In the last year, CEPT University signed a Memorandum of Understanding for mentoring two institutions, the McGann Ooty School of Architecture and the Vellore Institute of Technology. Through these MOUs, CEPT will provide capacity building and support for faculty, setting in place systems to achieve excellence. The mentorship program, in response to the call of the National Education Policy 2020 to establish mentorship relationships between higher education institutions within India and abroad. Going forward, CEPT will continue to mentor institutions to help improve the quality of teaching and learning in architecture and design programs across the country. The India ILCC 2021, the Indian Lean Concrete Conference, is a significant and coveted lean construction conference of the world. In India, the Institute for Lean Construction Excellence, a non-profit entity, has been propagating the ethos of lean construction among the industry and academia. CEPT University, in collaboration with the ILCE, hosted the national conference ILCC in December 2021. It was attended by over 100 participants comprising leading academics and industry experts from across the country. The CEPT Essay Prize. The CEPT Essay Prize 2020, with the theme of Urbanizing Asia and World Knowledge, has two winners, along with three honorary mentions. The winners were virtually felicitated in the award ceremony that was held in October 2021. An award-winning writer and festival director, Ms. Namita Gokhale, was invited to give a public lecture to honor the winners. During the ceremony, the theme of the next round, CEPT Essay Prize 2021 was announced as Embellishment. The jury comprises Romi Khosla, Tridip Surud, and Qazi Khalef Ashraf. CEPT Archives and CEPT Press. CEPT Archives and CEPT Press continue to grow in their activities and impact. They are well underway to becoming important institutions in the country and making a significant contribution to the academic commons of the country. The CEPT University Press has recently published From Diagram to Design by Kamu Iyer and the Indian edition of Rahul Mehrotra's book on working in Mumbai. Both books make a significant contribution to the discourse on architectural practice in the country. 4 catalogues of vernacular furniture, along with the book Anaikya, Vernacular Furniture of Rajasthan, were also published. These catalogues and the books are a result of the project undertaken by DICRC, Design Innovation and Craft Resource Center, and South Asia Decorative of Arts and Crafts Collection Trust. The proceedings of the ILCC 2021 were also published by the CEPT University Press. The CEPT Archives has continued with the digitization of archival collections. New acquisitions include the work of C.S.H. Jabwala, the celebrated Delhi architect, and Kiran Pandya, an alum of CEPT University. An agreement has been recently signed with Sirish Berry, architect, for his works. Additionally, 3 items from the archives collection will be on display at an upcoming exhibition, The Project of Independence, Architectures of Decolonization in South Asia 1947-1985 at MoMA, New York, from 20th February to 2nd July 2022. The archives continues to work with and is the only university archive recognized by the National Archives of India. With regards to infrastructure of the university, the lecture hall that we are in right now, the construction of the Balwantrai N. Brahmbhatt Lecture Hall is now complete and the lecture hall is in use. This new lecture hall was recently inaugurated. We are deeply thankful to the Brahmbhatt family for their contribution towards this wonderful facility and to its architect Christopher Benninger for designing it so well. It will be of significant value in the teaching and learning at CEPT. Many of you are aware that the original Faculty of Architecture building was under repair. It is now almost complete. In the next couple of weeks, the renovated space will be available for students to start using it once again. The COVID pandemic was used by us for the long overdue repair of the building. We look forward to its active use very soon. Research and advisory opportunities. The CEPT Research and Development Foundation has been doing some exemplary work in research, advisory and capacity building. Center for Advanced Research in Building Science and Energy is developing a 3D energy model of Ahmedabad city, one of the first cities in the world to have such a model, in partnership with University College London, C40 and Bentley Systems. Center for Heritage Conservation is working with the Tourism Corporation of Gujarat for a feasibility study of 10 stepwell sites in Gujarat with a focus on preparing concept plans for their restoration, conservation and development as tourist destinations. The Center for Heritage Conservation has also started Conservation Site School to safeguard heritage sites through short courses on the repair, restoration and upgrade process. Center for Excellence for Urban Transport is making advances in electric mobility with projects like the Strategy and Action Plan for Electrification of Public Transport and Intermediate Public Transport in Indian Cities, which is funded under the UK Pact Green Recovery Challenge Fund. Center for Urban Planning and Policy is working on handholding select cities of India in preparation and implementation of town planning schemes and local area plans. They are doing a comparative study on TDRs, transferable development rights, to help develop guidance for cities dealing with challenges with assembling land for public uses. Center for Advanced Geomatics launched a podcast series on data for resilient cities with co-data. Cities in Maharashtra have implemented a cost-effective and non-mechanized treatment technology with the support of the Center for Water and Sanitation. Additionally, CRDF continues to expand its partnership with both bilateral and multilateral development actors such as GIZ, Asia Development Bank, and the World Bank. Ratings, rankings, and accreditation. The Strategic Initiatives Office has been leading the university's efforts on participation in various rating and ranking opportunities. Last year, in the NIRF, CEPT continued to remain among the top institutions in the country in the architecture category. The university improved its standing to 5 stars in overall university category in the GSIRF. In addition to this, after an 18-month process, CEPT University was recognized as a Center of Excellence by the Government of Gujarat. The university received formal notification of this status on the 5th of January this year. This is significant not just in the immediate term but also for the long-term development of the university. It is a testament to the tremendous effort put in place by everyone on a regular basis to keep the university's pursuit of excellence on good track. And it's also a testament to the Government of Gujarat's confidence and support in CEPT University. CEPT Professional Programs. Recently, we have announced a new initiative called CEPT Professional Programs. The mission of the CPP is to support individual and organizational learning by providing opportunities to acquire new skills and capabilities, thus allowing professionals to stay relevant in the evolving context. CPP will draw from the expertise and capacity of the accomplished faculty members at CEPT University, experts and practitioners from the field. Its programs will build on deep research, vast advisory projects and innovative pedagogies. A yearly calendar of programs to be offered through CPP will be announced within the next few months. This year, the Faculty of Planning completes 50 years. Established in 1972 as the School of Planning, Faculty of Planning at CEPT University is one of the pioneers of education in the field of planning in India. Many of our 2,700 plus graduates have over the last 50 years demonstrated excellence in research, consulting, plan and project implementation, public policy and shaping urban agenda in various capacities at global and national levels. The year 2022 will be marked with a series of events including panel discussions, roundtable deliberations, special lectures and alumni events to commemorate Faculty of Planning's 50 years. A dedicated FP50 website will be launched today. One last point, and this is for all of you who are going to be newly minted alums of the university. Our alumni office has put together a welcome package for you with an alumni card and a token that will remind you of this day. As you go out over the next few years, there may be many instances when you need support of the university, or you need some old document, or you would like to connect with someone in a new city. Please do not hesitate to reach out to the alumni office for any kind of help. Also, as and when time permits, please come back and share your experiences with our students. Finally, before I return to the program at hand, I want to remind all of us that without the hard work of the faculty members, both permanent and visiting, and the staff of CEPT University, none of the developments that I'm talking about would have been possible. I sincerely thank all of our faculty members. I'm sure that all the students also want to do so. Traditionally, this is where I would request a round of applause. In this virtual world, please use the Zoom reactions button on the bottom right, the one which looks like a smiley, and click on the first reaction to the left. This afternoon, a total of 646 students will receive their degrees. Many awards will be conferred. On behalf of my colleagues, deans, faculty members, staff, and myself, I congratulate all those receiving degrees and awards. All of us wish you all the very best in life and hope that you will make the most of the opportunities that it presents. In doing so, you will make us proud. We also hope that you will stay in touch and keep coming back to your alma mater. Thank you very much.